Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship.
To lose my house now at 54 years old, I am stunned. Sitting in this position now with this second lockdown, it was either that we really don't know what we were going to do. I don't even know if I can put a meal on the table if I followed the lockdowns. So I had to.
Sheila Gunn Reid for Rebel News. It's Saturday morning and I'm in Red Deer, Alberta with Tracy Walker. Tracy's a hairstylist and she's got a terrible story to tell us about how the lockdown is affecting her. Now, we should discuss a little bit about the new lockdown. It's Saturday here. New lockdown measures to deal with the spread of the coronavirus came into effect on Tuesday. Basically, everything is closed except for retail at 15% of fire code and restaurants for takeout, but personal care is closed.
Everything. Absolutely everything, yes.
And initially, Premier Jason Kenney had applauded your industry for not being responsible for any cases of transmission.
Yes.
And yet, in the new lockdown measures, you're completely closed. Now, you reached out to me through our iwillopen.com portal, where we invite businesses who will defy the new lockdown measures to get in touch with us so we can tell your story about why you're doing this and why you feel as though you were left with no choice to invite a fine just to try to keep your business afloat. Tracy, tell us your story.
Well, actually, it started with the first lockdown when we have a mortgage through a mortgage broker versus a credit union or a bank. And so when we were mandated to shut down, I had to phone my company and ask them if they, or my mortgage broker company, that they could please do the mortgage deferral. And they had informed me that that doesn't apply to them because they are a broker, not, like I said, a bank or a credit union, so they don't apply. And I said, well, there's got to be something that we could do because I am completely shut down and I have no means of, I either pay you and I don't eat, or I'm a diabetic as well, so I wouldn't be able to afford my medicine, or I pay the mortgage and I wouldn't even have enough to completely pay the mortgage with what I was making. So the first lockdown knocked my clientele, I'm going to say, I don't know where they went and I don't know what happened, but it probably was close to at least half of where I was before. And so with this mortgage, she said that because it doesn't apply to them, all the fines and fees will be accumulated, that they're not taking off anything to help in any way. I was fined $250 a month, being it that for non-payment, and then $92.94 a day for I guess failure to pay. I guess it's a penalty per day that you're late. So at the end of the month, it was already $3,000 just with that, then the $250. So $3,250 was what I had to pay on top of my mortgage payment, and they gave me 10 days to do it. And I said, you need to help me. I mean, there's got to be something. There's just got to be something. I actually really thought that they would come around and that they would, come to their senses and say, like, you can't do this to people that can't afford their mortgage right now for no reason of their own. And you are now mandating the $3,000 on top of that. I was stunned. To lose my house now at 54 years old, I am stunned. My husband was also during this lockdown, his office doors had to close in order to keep his business open. So he ended up having to move his office in the house. And I'm also a caregiver for my brother, who is also a diabetic and severe heart issues. So I look after him. So my house is not just a home, it's 2 businesses and 3 people's livelihoods. I don't leave my house. I don't even know if I can put a meal on the table if I followed the lockdowns. So I had to. I had to. I've talked to my clients. They're like, "Atta girl, I am so glad that you're not closing. I will see you next week," and whatever. And so that has been encouraging. I've got support, and I have somebody that's. Well, my clients are supporting me, and they're greeting, and a lot of them they were all about the lockdown, all about the masks, everything, and I was too. I wanted to keep people safe. I didn't know what this thing was going to do, but I am a researcher. I am a fact follower, and that's why I follow you guys, If it made sense, I would follow it. My clients, my hairdresser friends, they literally, every client, every handle, every door handle, every bathroom, every bottle that anybody touched, all the desks, the work that they do to keep a sterile environment. I am so fortunate because I am a one-man show. I have control over my environment. I only allow people if it's a family that's come from one household, they're all to come. But I used to have a color, book a cut in between, and then do it. Mm-hmm. And, if you run a little behind, okay, you're stacking up in here. Now, I don't put anybody in between. So again, just by keeping a healthy environment, not having paths crossing, mm-hmm. I don't double book or anything of that nature like I used to. And so that in itself is also a cutback on your clientele of what you can do in a day.
It's Saturday morning, and I think most women know on Saturday morning, if you try to go to a hair salon, it's booked.
Yes.
And you don't have any clients today. No. But let's hope that changes.
Yes.
And you've explained to me you really have nothing left to lose. By opening. You're losing your home. You're already losing your home. I saw the for sale sign as I walked up. You're losing your business. You're left with the untenable choice of putting food on the table or facing fines.
That's right.
And you're willing to take the fines. And I'm going to extend an offer to you that if you do get fines, that you also come to us through fightthefines.com, and we will help you fight those fines with everything that we have. We'll get you a great lawyer, and we'll fundraise at no cost to you to help you fight the fines, just so that you can try to rebuild your life.
Yes.
Because I think you've truly done everything right. You tried to live the Alberta dream, and it was through no fault of your own.
Finally, that we are coming into a season where it's our busiest season. We are excited. All my friends, I've talked to the hairdressing forums that you can go on, and I'm not alone. Every hairdresser is really far behind from where they were, and in a lot of ways, thinking that this was going to help us through and get us going and get us up and running again and getting some funds for our staff. I don't have any staff, but my friends do. And these hairdressers, man, they work hard. And we're all women. This is huge for our industry. This is nothing we've ever seen before.
Tracy, why don't you tell people how they can get in touch with you, how they can find you if they want to support your business? Because I imagine there are a lot of ladies who need a quick trim, maybe a quick color, mm-hmm. before they go to an illegal New Year's party.
Yes. My name is Tracy Walker. Actually, I used to have a name for my place, But now everybody just calls it Tracy's Place. So that's what my salon is known as. But yeah, you could give me a call on my work line, which is 403-346-9912. And yeah, give me a call. I would be more than happy. Oh, I've been doing hair for 34 years, so I know a little something about a little something. But I would do a great job, and I 100% guarantee my work. So if you're not happy, you come on back, and we'll make sure you are. Or I will make sure you are. But yeah, if you are in need, please contact me.
Well, Tracy, again, the offer stands. If the government comes for you, we'll come with lawyers, and we'll make sure that we fight that fine as hard as we can. Because what's happening to you because of this lockdown through no fault of your own is an absolute tragedy. And if any of you at home are experiencing what Tracy is, that through no fault of her own, she stands to lose her home, her business, and the dream, truly, of entrepreneurship here in Alberta because of the increased lockdown measures, please reach out to me at iwillopen.com. And if you're one of those people who has received a fine for just going about your business, doing things that were completely normal back in February, do reach out to us too at fightthefines.com. For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. I think all businesses are essential. If your business pays your bills, then it is essential to you and your family. At Rebel News, we have a special website dedicated to businesses who are refusing to comply with the COVID lockdown measures and are reopening their businesses. Go to iwillopen.com to see their stories. And if you're one of those businesses, reach out to us at that same website, iwillopen.com, and we'll tell your story too.